Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. So, last episode we had a heartfelt little goodbye with Roxy, who was, quite cute, quite knowledgeable, and of course, very impactful towards Rudius as a whole, just because of some of the trauma that Rudius has received. Now, even though it's goodbye, it's not goodbye forever. We will see Roxy once again sometime in the future. I guess kind of maybe a spoiler, but I think it should be obvious that she's quite an important character. But we'll leave that aside for now. In the meantime, there's still a lot of stuff for Rudius to do, right? I mean, after all, we are still currently just stuck on a farm in the middle of a countryside. We haven't really gotten anywhere yet. Rudius still has to continue his training of his magic and his fighting abilities. So, let's see what's next up on the list. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I think it's kind of funny also that, ever since reincarnating, so back in his former life, he was a Hikimori for like maybe almost at least 5 years, right? Perhaps close to 10. And then after reincarnating, he continued to be a shut-in for another 5 years. And now he's finally going out. Your eldest son. Such a cheeky little kid. Of course, he's not really a kid, but. Right, so he's still supposed to be like 5 right now, right? Hmm. Since he's carrying a spellbook, he's most probably not going outside to play with other people. Huh. Oh. Man, look at that artwork there. That's nice. Yep. Going out to read. And here I thought he was gonna come out to practice his magic. Don't use a rock. Wow. About that. Look at how convenient this magic. Hey, it's a hair dryer. Good excuse. Eh. I mean, I'm sure most people who have watched a lot of anime before should already know where this is going. You're one to talk. Saint class. See, character development for the dad at the same time. Yeah. I do feel like I'm not talking too like I'm sorry if I'm not talking too much right now, but it's just that since I do know what happens for these parts, I'm always trying to balance like how much I should spoil versus commentary, right? Okay, this is kind of important though. I should have some OP convenient. Up. And now it just looks like two kids playing around. Hey, isn't that wholesome? That is such a big ass wheat field. Ah. Why do you... Hey! This dude. Oh, that's not exactly the... That's... His dad's just like... But you know, at their age, honestly, it doesn't... Typically, they don't... Womanizing lessons from dad. I mean, he isn't a need for nothing. Not exactly your own age, but alright. And that's like, yay, I finally. Ah, don't worry. You were a great dad at the end. Alright, I'll see you guys after this. Well, okay, we are introduced to yet another very important character, Sylviette, and, the outcome of this episode was quite cliche, right? I mean, we've been there, done that a million times before, but it's still entertaining. Of course, it's the tried and true rom-com-esque type of development with the mistaken gender and all that, but, whatever, right? The more important thing is that she has now been introduced. To be fair, I haven't read that far yet to know the full impact of, what she does and so on and so forth. But I do know that she is one of the main cast and is going to be here for good, right? So that in itself is quite important. Of course, in this episode, the thing that really caught my attention would be the fact that she's able to use, spell-less chantless spells similar to how Rudius does it. And once again, this is just speculation on my part. I haven't really read that far yet, but there's only one of two possibilities here, right? One is that Sylviette is actually special in her own way due to her background, like what she actually is, etc., etc. And the other one would be that, hey, it's magic in this world is actually able to be used without the chanting. Without the incantations. It's just that Rudius was able to discover it earlier, and if this is actually a transferable kind of skill, it's obviously going to revolutionize the entire world, right? There would be a much, it would completely change how mages, magicians are used in battle, on the battlefield, etc., etc., and that is important as well. Personally, I'm leaning more towards the former, that this is, it's special and Sylvia can use it because she's Sylviette, but we'll have to see. This is definitely something a bit further on that I have not actually gone into yet. Because even though I have read this, as I mentioned before, it really wasn't all that far. Maybe I'm thinking perhaps up to halfway through this season would be about when I stopped. So, yeah, just some speculation on my part. And we'll know more once we get into it. Beyond that, not really too much else to say for this episode. I mean, I did like the entire situation with Rudius and, his father as well. If you think about it, Rudius, even though this is his second life, he really does still need this father figure, mother figure in his life, right? His former life, well, no, I think it's quite clear that his parents didn't really do much to help him in these various situations. So not that he has he has that type of former life experience and whatnot, he's able to seek out help a lot earlier, a lot sooner, right? And certainly, I feel like these parents in this world are in a much better position to help him as well. I quite like the entire scene with Rudius refuting his father when his father accused him of of beating up another child, etc., etc. How the whole thing went down. Obviously, I feel like there's definite wrongs on both sides, to be honest. Obviously, the dad shouldn't have assumed things just like that. But then again, you also kind of have to feel for the dad, right? I mean, think about it. If you had a child who's like 5 or 6 years old and he's replying to you in this sarcastic manner and whatnot, I don't know. It's definitely not exactly a good feeling, right? So, he's doing his best. But, and the funny thing about this is that, well, there's layers of misunderstanding on this, right? Like the dad is thinking that he's teaching his son how to, you know, how to get women and all that, you know, judging from the end of this episode and whatnot. Whereas Rudy is, even though he does have this, you know, he absolutely could have this ulterior motive as well, because the fact that he is so unaccustomed with women and all that. So it's actually instead reverting back to a very pure and very innocent kind of problem, of trouble, and of asking for his dad's advice. So I do feel like it's kind of ironic and entertaining in a way to see them, you know, assuming the other side, but then all ever so slightly missing the mark there. And I mean, that's pretty much it for this episode. I don't think there's too much else to comment on. On to the next one. Let me think. I think these next 2 episodes or so are also going to be more of this kind of thing. We'll have to wait until we get to another character before things start, becoming really picking up once again, right? Which could be in the next episode or the next few episodes. I don't know, but I am definitely looking forward to the other character being introduced before we actually get anywhere. So, you know, just a quick little review section here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.